Welcome everyone to a special live news report on New to Spain. I'm Skatz and I have residency specialist Chris from Upsticks joining me in a moment live from outside the Spanish consulate in Manchester, and he'll be telling us the latest news about the strike at the 3 embassies in the UK, and he's also been investigating the social media rumours about visa renewals only needing 1 year's worth of savings. We'll get the truth about that, and we'll be answering all of your questions from the live chat and from the comments below too. So, welcome to You to Spain. Cue the music. So very quickly, before I introduce Chris, you can show your appreciation by buying me a coffee via the link in the video description below. And you can also now visit you2spain.com, where the brand new website is now online, where you can get loads of information, articles, all of the links you need to help you get documents and help you move to Spain. The address for that is below too, along with some helpful links where you can get discounts on lots of things that you need, including getting the best currency exchange rates so you can maximize your money in Spain. So, without further ado, let's meet my roving reporter for the day. It's Chris from Upsticks. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Am I loud and clear?
You are, yes. It's sounding perfect. You've got all the high-tech gear there. A phone sitting on a fence.
Yeah, I've been called a lot of things, but never a roving reporter. I'll add that to it.
Yeah, yes. Put that on your CV.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Let's just check the chat, see who's online this morning. Phil Quantrill, good morning from Phil and Kimberley in France. Oh, we've got French people on, good. Right, let's get straight to the news then. You've been inside the embassy building, you've spoken to officials. Tell us what they've said about the strike. What's it all about?
Yep, so yesterday, I'm going back in again today once we've finished. We were in yesterday as well, doing an appointment for one of your viewers as well. That was great. And basically, yeah, so there is strike action happening here at the moment. They still are doing appointments, so that's good, but they're running at around a 50% capacity. So when we were inside yesterday, initially I spoke to, there wasn't anybody striking outside. This was around 11:30, so we would have come out about 12:30. And when I was inside, just spoke to, after the appointment, managed to grab just a couple of minutes with the guy who is the visa guy, checking the documents. And he basically said that they're running at 50% capacity, doing everything they possibly can at the moment. But evidently there's going to be some delays because they just haven't got the staff. And in the glass cubicles behind him where they work, there was only 3 members, but you can see there's space for at least, 8 or 9. So so you can see that they were definitely sparse in the operations department.
So it's I was going to say it's a skeleton stuff, but it's more of a half of a skeleton. Yeah. I mean, he mentioned that they're running at 50% at the moment, but they are still working. I mean, we received some emails, believe it or not, Saturday early evening. So someone is working behind the push it through. If you're receiving emails from the consulate on a Saturday evening. And they're striking about pay, aren't they? Because they've not had a pay rise and inflation's gone up.
That's right. Yeah. So when we came out, there was actually a strike set up, like an action, should we say, out. There was banners, and there was 8 members of the consulate team outside with various slogans. I mean, they're very. So I managed to once I finished with Shamil, who's a watcher. So can I say hi to Shamil? Sorry, yesterday it was lovely to meet him. Him and his wife, finally, and then I managed to catch just 20 minutes talking to them, and there's strike action because they haven't had a pay rise. Their social security conditions haven't been updated in line with Brexit, which I think that means that they're not being paid. Their social security is not being paid in Spain, or they're not being covered here, or their pension's not being covered. And the main thing was really they just said, the working conditions have been crazy because evidently, before Brexit, nobody needed a visa. Now, as always, we're talking about the non-lucrative visa. And now it's just, every 15 minutes there's a non-lucrative visa appointment. So,
must have been crazy for them because they've not only have they had that with and they've had reduced staff because of COVID over the last couple of years, and it
Yeah.
must have been, they must have reached breaking point. I can imagine it must. Do you think that's going to make it really tough to resolve the dispute?
Yeah, I mean, initially, the exterior ministry really got a, you know, they should really put staff on to make sure that their offices are still working. But, I think it's going to be very, very tough to resolve unless they get what they want, which is better conditions and better pay. I think the toughest thing is, and I don't like to get too political on our channels or any channel really, but I think the toughest thing is they've, aside from our very small community, that we've got of people who want to move to Spain, and everybody's focused, on this channel and our channel on getting there, their voice really isn't being heard because no one else cares. So, apart from, we have got a big community, but we're very focused on one thing, and their voice really isn't being heard by anybody. There's a lot going on in the world at the moment, and they were protesting again yesterday. But how are they gonna share that?
Yeah, that's true. So, of course, the thing that our watchers and your clients are most concerned about is visa appointments. You've said about visa appointments in Manchester there. Are there visa appointments going on at any of the 3 embassies, and do they have plans to push through more appointments, or is it just deadlocked?
So at the moment, we know that Edinburgh are issuing appointments. Again, just to give you an update regarding the times it's taking them to issue appointments, normally Manchester would reply to us within a week. The last ones were 20 days when they replied with appointments. Though they did honour the dates that we requested, we send a very specific email which stipulates when people want to come and stuff. Edinburgh, we know because we've had clients go through there, but albeit that they're still waiting for their visas to be issued. And London, at the moment, we got communication saying they're not giving out any appointments. The guys yesterday on the protest, they said, well, we don't particularly know, or we don't want to tell you what's going on in London. So at the moment, there isn't seem to be any appointments being issued on the London platform. I'd imagine that'd have to be resolved at some point pretty soon. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what's the mood like today inside and outside the embassy? Presumably there's a different perception of the people who are still doing the work and those who are protesting. How long do they think it's going to last?
Yeah, so the guys inside, they were okay. I mean, they were lovely. The security staff were great, joking, and inside the process, the appointment, went very well. There wasn't sort of any animosity there, and there was a lot of people who were attending appointments were thankful for the people there, and so in that sense, the mood inside is good. It's a lovely building. It's not, I wouldn't say it's, the amount of space inside there could probably be utilized a lot better. Particularly, obviously, I'm in favour of non-lucrative visa, but the cubicles are so tiny to pass the paperwork through and stuff. I think that it needs to be addressed. But yeah, and then outside, obviously, yeah, the protesters are, they're just desperate, really. They just want more money. They want more money and they want better conditions.
So they seem really determined then. They're going to
they really do. They do. They seem determined, and I think, hopefully they don't seem to have received any communication yet about what's gonna happen, and how the exterior ministry is going to address this. So I think even something along those lines, that we're going to do something next year, this year, whenever, would help ease the situation. But from what I gathered from them yesterday, they still haven't had any sort of resolution yet back.
Are they quite unionised in Spain?
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, I think what it is they
in limbo. So what should people who are desperate to get their visas to go to Spain do right now?
Yeah, so in terms of Manchester, I've spoken to all our clients. We've informed all our clients of the current situation, and we're obviously going to be doing everything we can. I'll go wherever I need to go to find out information. And really, for people who haven't started their time-sensitive documents yet, if you're in London, I wouldn't start them yet. Just wait for the next week or so, see what happens there. If you're in Manchester or Edinburgh, then just be aware that the situation changes quite a bit. So at the moment, yes, we are getting people through and their documents aren't running out. I would certainly start people with time-sensitive documents, start them slightly towards the backer end of your expected appointment date. So they've got you've got the time at the end of the document if you don't get your expected appointment date. And as I say, Manchester said they're still cracking on. They're still open. They just really are behind as such. And obviously, when it comes to the appointment, make sure you've got your ducks in a row and all your paperwork's in good order, because if not, then that causes further delays.
Of course, these time-sensitive documents, those are the ones that have been apostilled and translated. Do you think those people who've got them already and are still in limbo, do you think the embassies will take that into account and allow a bit of extra time?
I think for people who have already got their documents and need appointment, make that request anyway, because there'll be digital proof that you've done that. Yeah. So at the moment, they haven't mentioned anything about taking into account documents which are out of date. Though Manchester do honour documents which are out of date on the day of the appointment, but were in date the day that the appointment was issued. Okay, so that's why it's very important, if you are going for an appointment here, to make your request if you're ready to go now. Don't wait.
Great. Is there so anything else we need to say to people waiting for visas, or any other news about the strike before we move on to the other news?
No, that's it. I mean, I've got some, to be honest, I've got some information yesterday about the strike, their social media channels, and how people can help them. So once I'm back in Spain, so I've got this meeting now. Not that they know that they've got a meeting with me, but they have. And then after that, I've got to see somebody else, and I'm straight back on a plane. So as soon as I get back with all the information, I'm going to sort of sort through it and then see maybe how we could. There is a poll that you can actually sign to support them. There's various ways you can support the people who are taking strike action. So when I go back to Spain, I'll sort through that, and then we can get it shared out on the channel.
Good, yeah, and you're on this channel on Saturday morning again. It's your turn this week, so we'll have a bit of an update then. Yeah.
So we'll have, once I've sorted through it, I've just got a big folder of all sorts of stuff and all the information I collected yesterday. The channels of communication. That's what we're trying to open basically with the strikers, just to find out what's happening up and down the country.
Great. Okay, so let's move on to the other news of the day. The big rumour on social media that when you renew your non-lucrative visa for years 2 and 3, that you don't need 2 years worth of savings anymore. Understandably, some people have got quite excited and hopeful about this. So you've spoken to the Foreign Office in Foreigners Office in Malaga to ask them if there's any truth to this. What did they say?
That's right, yeah. So basically, no. Look, I think what the problem is here is that we're getting confused between annual recurring income and savings. And a lot of people, I mean, the whole setup for a non-lucrative visa, really, the first thing that immigration look at is annual recurring income. It's a retirement visa, and it's for people maybe who are receiving a pension. And that's why there's all this confusion about the 2-year thing. Now, evidently, a lot of British now using the visa to retire, which you can do, obviously, but with savings. So maybe they're selling a house to fund it or something, and that really is where the confusion's coming in. On the renewal, you have to have 2 years worth of money. 800% e-prem, should say, for a single person, in the bank to prove that you can support the 2 years of the renewal. It's not. Now, if it's annually renewable, evidently you just proving what you're getting on a monthly basis. It's passive income which never ends, and we can't confuse that with working from savings.
And the suggestion was that it was about savings. So there's a good chance that people are going to be upset when they realise it's not. It's
and it's you can't. You've got to look at it's a 5-year plan, really, isn't it? All the way up to permanent residency. You've got to make sure, that you understand what you need in the bank.
How's it made you feel? Were you upset at the fact that this rumour's gone about?
Yeah, I think it's just a case of making sure that people are well aware of what their liabilities are. As we always talk about the interpretation, don't we, of everything. It's so grayscale. Often I'm having a conversation with clients, and I laugh because I sound like a politician because I can't give a straight answer to the questions that they're asking. And it is true, because there is a lot which is down to the interpretation of immigration. And I think the fact that somebody might, that you could give somebody hope to come in for a year, completely uproot their life, and then, on years 2 and 3, it's be irresponsible, to not tell them what they could possibly ask for in immigration, and we know that now because we spoke to Malaga. They said if it's savings, it's 2 years worth.
That's very measured. It's very measured and calm of you. I'd be a bit annoyed if I was you, because you got clients. They're hearing something different on social media from what you're telling them, and you're right. I know you're right, but some of them must be wondering, does this guy know what he's doing? And I'm impressed you're staying cool about it.
Yeah, just focus on what we do. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
So we're very, very focused on what we hear on. I don't, apart from, talking on this channel and stuff, we're very focused on what we want to do for our clients, give them the correct information, find out the information, and just crack on from there. But it's annoying when you see false rumors out there on social media. But hey, as long as we've got what we need and we can, we can tell people what we're understanding, what we're learning, then it's fine.
That's a good. I've got a video coming out tomorrow. I've already recorded a video all about the rumors and the interpretations and fun little things. So everybody look out for that. It's going to be the usual 5 o'clock midweek on Wednesday video. So we've not had any questions on the chat this morning, just people saying hello and watching. So that's Inigo and Phil and Anthony and Kerry again. Hello, you guys. Anything else to say, Chris? Any other clients you want to wave to while we're on?
That's it. Now I've got a list for Saturday, but I don't want to play with my phone because I've managed to get in a really good position and you can hear me, and I could probably break all that if I touch my phone with my notes. So that's it. I'm gonna head now, and I've got another list of questions which I didn't really manage to get answered here at the consulate yesterday. So I'm gonna go and stick my nose in again and see how far we get, and then jump on a plane to Malaga.
Good. So we'll see you on Saturday, and I'll tell everybody what the Saturday show is all about once you've gone to do business there. And,
brilliant.
Thanks for you've been a very good roving reporter.
Roving reporter. I'm going to add that. I like that. Yeah, I should have a microphone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next time I'll get a pretend microphone. If I do end up going to Edinburgh, which is looking likely, to find out what's going on up there and try and open some communication, with them a bit more than what we've got now, then I'll get myself one of those fluffy microphones.
Brilliant. I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Okay. Good luck with your day. You've had a really busy one yesterday, and take care. Good luck. Good travels back to Spain.
All right. Speak to you soon.
Bye-bye. So there we go, and we will, of course, be having any prizes for your wonderful questions and comments underneath the video. We'll have a prize for the best one of those. So even if it's just a wave hello, and click the like button as well, and we will see you on Saturday. Back with Chris, of course, from Upsticks. And the huge topic we'll be talking about is money. Again, we've been talking about money for the last 2 weeks, and we're sticking with it for the next 2 at least. The question is, how much does it cost to move to Spain? We won't be giving you an exact figure because everybody is different, but we will be helping you by providing you with an extensive list of what you should budget for, including some things you might not even have considered yet. So, ask your questions in advance on the Facebook group, and join us next week at the regular time of 9 o'clock if you're in the UK or Ireland, 10 o'clock if you're in Spain or the Central European time, or say 4 o'clock in the morning if you're in New York and anywhere else in the world. Come and join us. Don't forget to check out YouTube Yoga on YouTube, where you can have free yoga and meditation classes. And of course, the hoodies and t-shirts and other goodies that we have on our merchandise page. And of course, buy me a coffee or even become a patron on the Patreon site to support U2 Spain. And we're going to be having some special membership things coming up in the future once they're set up. All of the links can be found in the video description below. That's all for now. Thank you for watching this news report, and please subscribe and click on the bell if you haven't already. Peace and love, and see you on Saturday. Bye for now.